We're clear.
Okay.
Good. Nyreen, things are under control here. What's your situation?
We're advancing through the Gozu district.
Move forward. Keep that flank covered.
Yes, boss.
We're holding our own, but Cerberus has started targeting the civilians. Reports of casualties are coming in from all sectors.
Save those you can, and head for the rendezvous point. We'll meet you there.
We'll do what we can. Nyreen out.
So how exactly do we get to Afterlife from here?
I'm thinking the straightforward approach, for a change.
Okay. I guess we go through here then now. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing.
Cerberus.
How do you know? It could be the Talons. Never mind.
No, it was Cerberus because they were red dots on my radar. That's how I know. What the hell are they doing? Oh, it's the drill, I guess, maybe? Something? I don't know. Cerberus is having trouble by the sounds of it.
Yes, Aria.
They seem to have a lot more trouble with them than we did.
Looks like they bit off more than they could chew. Cerberus.
How do you know that? Could be the Talons.
Again? Is there a class? I don't know. Whatever the case may be, we can't actually go through there. That video system needs to be tuned up.
With the civilian population contained, we should be ready to initiate the next phase of the project on schedule. Before host conversion, we should begin the process of fusing the control implants to the subject's nervous systems. With the current success ratio, we project being able to surpass demand by 300%.
You're talking about the adjutants, I guess. They were a Cerberus experiment after all.
The first-generation adjutants have been transferred from the containment area and are being outfitted with the implants. The previous batches have been processed and moved to the storage area. We can now control when and where the adjutants convert their victims. Initial testing on various species provides ample proof the virus can adapt flawlessly, regardless of the host used. With the civilian population contained, we should be ready to initiate the next phase of the project on schedule. Before host conversion, we should begin the process of fusing the control implants to the subject's nervous systems. With the current success ratio, we project being able to surpass demand by 300%.
Okay, that's the same one we heard the first time. What were they planning to do?
Idiots were experimenting on adjutants.
That explains the ones we saw earlier.
Wonder what they were trying to accomplish. High priority memo. Test adjutants have escaped. They are to be rounded up and transferred to Central HQ's holding area post-haste. Damage is to be avoided at all costs under penalty of severe combat pay deductions. Okay.
Extra security. The doors only open one at a time.
Makes sense, considering what they had locked up in here.
Door's unlocked. Let's get out of here.
Doesn't seem to have helped, though.
That doorway leads to the Gozu district. Look out!
Okay, that is a shame.
Focus on the Atlas!
Yeah, you were blocking my way. Ah, damn it! Should totally have made that.
Look out!
Well, I didn't manage to hijack it, but at least it didn't kill me this time. Okay. Moving on. Just more salvage in here.
This looks familiar.
I liked it better when Morden Solus was here shooting up looters.
Morden is dead.
Pity. He was a very practical kind of Solarian.
Guessing you get different dialogue here if you manage to do this before going to Chanka. And it seems this is the same district we visited in Mass Effect 2, where the plague was. Somebody crashed a shuttle. Maybe it was James driving it.
Take out the turret!
They've got shield pylons again. Nicer. actually think Shepard seems to take more damage from grenades that are in such a position than multiplayer characters do. Hey, what the hell? That takes him out of my face. Oh yeah. This does look familiar.
We're almost there.
Wait, weren't those fires here because they were burning corpses in the plague? Or are those fires just always there and they were using them to burn corpses? If I'm right about where this is where the wounded Batarian was on the floor. Why do I keep getting those? Force of habit.
Friendly's incoming. Nyreen is waiting for you to coordinates. What's going to happen to us?
Well, if I have anything to do with it, you're going to survive. This is kind of clever.
If that Talon scout hadn't found us earlier, we'd be dead.
Kind of clever of the game designers. And they can reuse areas from Mass Effect 2 this way. Weapon bench, I don't need it.
And the only chance at redemption lies in the Word.
It's the Mad Prophet from the last game.
Repent and restore your souls to glory before it is too late. This great station has fallen, and all within shall fall with it.
Is that all he has to say? Seems like it.
For the plight that is humanity stains
No.
all within its path.
No, wait, he is actually
And
repeating.
the only chance at redemption
He seems to have a
lies
bigger
in the
audience than
Word.
last time, but I guess that's understandable, considering the circumstances with Cerberus and stuff. Except they don't take him too seriously.
We shouldn't be hiding back here. We should be out there fighting with them.
We got this covered. Go, go, go!
Okay, I guess they don't need our help. Or that mod, apparently.
Nyreen here. Something's not right.
Cerberus is still on my station. Of course something's not right.
Not what I was talking about. I'm checking this out. Going radio silent.
What the hell is she doing?
That's a very good question.
Where's Nyreen?
Scouting ahead. We've got our hands full holding this area.
She's going on to Afterlife.
Don't let them fall!
We can't keep this up much longer.
Look out! What about Talon?
They're retreating!
I think she conquered her fear, but I'm not sure if it's a good thing. The hell? That's not good.
That's it. Tell your boss we're coming for him.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. We're gonna lose Aria this way too.
Enough! Kill you all! Petrovsky dies. Now.
Yes. We have to avenge Nyreen.
Nyreen Kandros was a good soldier. It's a shame she had to die for your petty ambitions.
You're a dead man.
No, wait!
Brilliant.
What now, Petrovsky?
Divide and conquer, Commander. Kandros killed the adjutants we hadn't finished experimenting on. These are fully under our control. The prototypes for our future army.
Hold the perimeter. Keep Shepard away from those generators.
Okay, we need to take out some generators, apparently. I don't know where they are. And we've got... Ah, well, now I know where they are. This might be difficult. How do I do this? There we go. Wait, no. That has nothing to do with it. Ah, damn it. Just a med kit. Ah! Need to figure out a strategy. Okay, now I know what to do at least. You take those out and then go back.
Hold the perimeter.
And I can actually do that from here, which is good. Hi there. That's blocked. Shit. Okay. Kind of got myself cornered there.
Hold the perimeter. Keep Shepard away from those generators. Keep Shepard away from those generators.
You can't stop me so easily.
Hold the perimeter.
That's a dead end. I'm just trying to do this as quickly as possible. Okay. That was part one. Just trying to get the lay of the land. Yep, knew that was gonna happen. Damn. It is hard not to get outflanked here. This seems to be a relatively defensible position with a shield pylon, which is helping me for a change.
Attention all Cerberus forces. Surrender.
Surrender? Really? I was not expecting that. Lash unlocked, flare unlocked, we're getting new bonus powers. And Alliance funding. Okay. Why is the Alliance funding us to help Aria? I was really expecting to have a final boss fight with him. Well, we still might.
Cease and desist all aggression. It's over.
Checkmate.
Commander Shepard, I surrender myself into your custody.
That is the most pathetic thing I've ever heard.
Shepard, I'm unarmed, and I can give the Alliance intel on the elusive man.
You'll say anything to save your skin.
I let you escape, Omega. I deserve mercy.
Is this true, Aria?
Yes. Cerberus had successfully taken the station and he let me go. Do you feel that, Oleg? That's death. Only inches away. Remember this feeling. I'm letting you live. For my partner and for the war against your master. You better cooperate.
That's unexpectedly merciful.
Take him, Shepard. You and your Alliance can decide his fate. Just get this filth off my station.
Commander, glad to see you've had a calming effect on Ms. Talok. I tried talking sense into her one time. I look forward to hearing how you pulled it off.
Don't assume you know where this is going.
What? From what I understand, high-ranking Alliance POWs lead fairly comfortable lives.
Now that I've seen what you're capable of firsthand, maybe Aria's instincts were right.
So, you're going to execute me. I'm your prisoner. You can't just shoot me in cold blood.
If you don't tell the Alliance everything, I'm giving you back to Aria. Bray, get him out of here.
You've got good control, Shepard. I know it's hard to resist that impulse. I've been waiting to kill that man for months. Walk around with you for a few hours and I go all soft. You're like a disease.
This victory came at a cost, Aria. It's not soft to recognize that.
You sound like someone trying to sell something. I admire your tenacity. And thanks to you, I have Omega back.
So what's your plan?
There's a lot to rebuild. Starting with this command center. It may take some time to remove the general's stink from my throne. Wonder if I'll ever really enjoy the pole dancing in here again.
The citizens of Omega have been through a lot, Aria. Try to remember that.
How can I forget? There are reminders everywhere I look. And don't worry, I'll honor our arrangement. Troops, ships, and a mountain of Ezo. You earned it.
Then I'll be going.
Bray will take you back. I have a station to whip into shape. Citizens of Omega, hear me. I, Aria have given you back your lives. My rule is reignited. My hand is on the controls once more, and I will not let go again. Each of you owes a debt. Gain my favor by rounding up the remaining Cerberus invaders and we will cast them from our home. Then bury and mourn our dead.
My methods haven't always been popular, and I can't promise that will change.
But securing this station and everyone inside it is now my primary purpose. No one will imprison us again.
We may be bruised. We may be bloodied.
But we are Omega.
You always get these crap details, Bray?
Not this time. You got a galaxy to save. Let's get you off this rock.
There goes Herod. Off to sell a couch, I guess. Okay, so that, it seems, was the Omega DLC. And I think we should have some messages. I don't know why Trader didn't say anything. We should have at least have one message, which I missed out in the main Let's Play, which is actually from Grace Sato, who we met on Tarum, on Firebase Dagger. Oh, did we actually meet her? Well, we helped her anyway. From Grace Sato, Commander Shepard. Just want to say how indebted I am to you, not just for saving my life, but for giving me a greater sense of purpose. After our ordeal securing the array base on Antarum, I now have something to offer more than my technical expertise. Grace Sato, System Technician, 3rd grade. And she actually becomes a war asset. And you need to do one mission after finishing on Tarum to see this, and Cerberus base does not work. So that's why I didn't see it originally, but now I did this, I can see it. And we have a message from Aria to Loke. Subject, a memento. Shepard, I had Petrovsky's chessboard sent to the Normandy. It just doesn't go with the new decor I have planned for Afterlife. Aria. Okay, so we got a new decoration in the in our quarters, but we also have, at least I assume, new war assets. At the very least, I think Grace is a war asset, and I am pretty damn certain that there is a war asset or two, or I don't know how many, for this as well. Let's see. These are ones I already read in the main Let's Play. This looks more like it. Omega Ezo Horde. As promised, Aria has started transporting her EZO supplies to the Alliance. Though the initial delivery was somewhat hampered by Alliance security's unease in dealing with a group that most think of as space pirates, the transfer of resources is now ongoing. To facilitate the process, a new freight company flying under the Omega flag has been founded. The Omega Coalition of Cargo Transporters is a ragtag group that has nonetheless proven to be unerringly successful in both the swiftness of their deliveries and the security of its cargo. Worth 300 points, that's quite a lot. Omega Raiding Fleet. Though comprised of a disparate range of ships, the Omega RUM fleet has proven itself to the Alliance in every way that counts. Their first engagement occurred during the orientation when the Alliance ships they were meeting were overwhelmed by a Reaper attack. RUM was told to avoid the rendezvous point, but they instead followed Fusion, their flagship, straight into combat to save the doomed ships. The Alliance ships were saved, and RUM, recklessly led by a cheerfully ruthless Captain Gerald, has since been detailed to the most troubled Reaper fronts, and each time has helped turn the tide. RUM landing parties also have a sterling, if somewhat bloodthirsty reputation, particularly when up against Cerberus phantoms. I guess so. General Oleg Petrovsky. Of course, I guess if you kill him, you don't get this. Or if you let Aria kill him, either way, I think you can do it both ways. General Oleg Petrovsky is now in Alliance custody and is being interrogated at an undisclosed location. Due to the nature of his work on Omega, the interrogation and debriefing team is being led by both military and science experts to ensure the veracity of Petrovsky's information. The location of an important Cerberus laboratory has already been provided by the prisoner and has since been destroyed. Alliance officials believe Petrovsky can still provide substantial critical information on Cerberus activities and are likely to approve the asylum procedures that have been started by the Alliance legal aid assigned to Petrovsky's case. So I guess that means he's going to be alright. Oh well. As long as he provides useful information, and at least he had the sense to surrender. Which not a lot of bad guys do. There are a number of things that I already read here. But I'm not entirely sure if Grace is a separate resource or if she's listed under something. That's nothing. Okay, and I can't find her. I thought she turned into a war asset. Apparently I'm remembering that wrong. Or she was under one of these, but I did not see it anyway. Well. Okay, let's go inspect that chessboard. And then we're done.
Commander.
Unfortunately, there is no squadmate dialogue in this DLC, so we don't get to talk to any of them about it. Well, we can go talk to them, but they won't have anything to say about it. Even the space hamster. See, there's nothing to say about the DLC. And there is the chessboard, including apparently some holographic pieces. I guess that's from his opponent. We never did find out who he is playing against. Maybe it's Cerberus. Unlikely. As far as I'm aware, I don't think this changes the scene with Samantha Trainer. If you do this mission before the game's night scene with her. Even though you'd think they'd mention the fact that Shepard has his own chessboard now. Okay, and I'm actually recording this last bit on the Normandy, not entirely live, because I had to redo it for technical reasons. Which means I know a little bit more now, and I also know that Aria, despite the fact that we got Omega back, is somehow back in
Do you need ground transport?
Purgatory.
I'm headed to Purgatory.
We'll have a cab ready for you.
Which is kind of stupid, if you ask me.
How's the head?
Good. Concussion's almost gone.
But I guess they didn't know any better way to deal with the missions that you can do for Aria to get the help of the mercenary bands. Which you can do after going to Omega, after all.
It seems the galaxy can't keep us apart. Since we took back Omega, I've been consolidating my resources for the war. It's a little easier to coordinate from here. So unfortunately, I'll be slumming it on the Citadel for the time being. The Blue Suns, Blood Pack, and Eclipse are in my pocket. I'll send them to war when you're ready for them. Is there anything on your mind?
Let's see.
How's the rebuilding going on Omega?
People understand the first order of business is shoring up defenses. No one wants another invasion. So they're enduring valiantly, not that they have a choice. Once again, I am Omega.
We'll talk later.
I'm sure.
Like I said, it is kind of silly that she's just sitting here now. But whatever. Okay, so that really was the Omega DLC. And I thought it was okay, a bit action heavy. The story was kind of weak. I did like Nyreen. Her death was kind of pointless in my view. And the sacrifice just didn't really, they didn't really sell that to me. I mean, for that sacrifice to really be worth it, it would have had to be like she prevented Omega from getting overrun by adjutants. But as it is, she really only just saved the handful of civilians that happened to be right there. And if she'd waited 10 seconds, Shepard and Aria would have been there, and since we saw that adjutants are not particularly difficult to deal with in
I'd
combat,
like to request a transfer to a zone with Reaper, Sergeant.
there would have been no problem. So that was kind of pointless. I have a feeling that they really only did that so they didn't have to explain why Nyreen doesn't become a squad mate or something. Other than that, though, like I said, it was okay. Not the greatest DLC ever made. It was definitely too expensive. This was, I think, the most expensive DLC ever, and I definitely don't think it's better than Overlord or better than Lair of the Shadow Broker. So I don't think it's really worth the money. What I think they should have done to make it worth its price tag is, for one thing, they should have had Omega as a hub world, sort of like the Shadow Broker base after Lair of the Shadow Broker, and that Aria would be there, would have made a lot more sense, and you would have had some new shops or whatever to visit and some side stuff to do. Just a way to get back to Omega after you finish the DLC, because now you can't. And the other thing that I feel they should have done is they should have had a choice. It would have been very nice if you could have had a real choice to either restore Aria as ruler of Omega, or put Nyreen in charge, or maybe you can even side with Petrovsky. After all, it was kind of hinted that he didn't see eye to eye with the Elusive Man and all kinds, so maybe you could instead of what they did now, you could convince him to help you in the war efforts in return for letting him have Omega. It's not something I would have done personally, but it would have been nice if the choice had been there. Which it isn't, which I know because, like I said, this bit on the Normandy is recorded afterwards, so I already know a little bit more about the DLC. What I also know is that there is at least one difference between playing Paragon or Renegade. Basically, if you play Renegade, which means you side with Aria pretty much on all counts, the final speech she gives is different. And I think she kills Petrovsky. And she kisses Shepard, which is really awkward. You're not really missing much by not seeing that scene, because it is really short and really awkward. If you want to find it, it's pretty easy to find on YouTube, I think. But that only happens with Renegade Shepards. And I'm not a Renegade Shepard, you know that. So, basically, okay DLC, could have done more. But that's it for Omega, so until the next DLC, if there is going to be one, which I don't know at this point. I think there probably is. But anyway, see you